So I gotta be honest, I love Blue Lock and all, and 99% of the times, there are these absolutely cold moments. You know what I'm talking about. Isagi going off, goal celebration, just everything else. If you're a Blue Lock fan, you know what I'm talking about. If you're a Blue Lock fan as well, you also know about the 1% I'm talking about. The moments that are just not really it. So I thought I'd make a video on the worst Blue Lock lines or the cringiest Blue Lock lines in the manga or anime so far. This isn't a hate video at all. Like I said, I love Blue Lock. It's in my top 3 anime mangas of all time. I just thought this would be a fun video to make about Blue Lock. We're also going to be diving into the manga, so if you don't want to get spoiled, I suggest not watching this. But if you're watching this, I assume you've read the manga, so without any more delays, let's get straight into it. Alright, so how we're going to do this is we're going to go in order from least cringe to most cringe. I think most people already know who's going to be the most cringe, but let's just start with the first. Alright, the least cringe, but still cringe moment, I think we gotta start with Bachira's monster. Bachira is one of my favorite characters, but I would be lying if I said some of his dialogue isn't that cringe. Just imagine an outsider's perspective, like someone who's never watched anime before, and this guy is just playing soccer and saying he has a monster inside him. Or just imagine real life, like you're on a soccer team and a guy just says he's playing for the monster. It's kind of funny. It kind of reminds me of those people that do like anime stuff IRL. I don't know. I don't judge people on that, but come on, man. You know what I'm talking about. He also has moments where it's just absolutely cold with the monster. Like when Bachira is drawn with it, that's just cold as hell. Like look at the art on this. I put this at the least cringe because he's developed a lot from when he first started using that monster trope in the beginning. It also just makes a lot of sense where he was and like his character, his backstory, being lonely and everything. So yeah, least cringe for Bachira. So yeah, least cringe, but there are just some worse moments in the manga, which brings us to the next one, and it's gotta be Karasu, man. Come on. Karasu is so underrated, but it's just criminal what he says sometimes, especially to Hiyori. Like, you'd expect the line from the U20 to be a one-time thing, but he literally brings it up often. Like, it happened in the most Hiyori-centered chapter. Hiyori is also one of those like innocent looking people as well, so it just adds to it, but I think it's a little far to call his kicking lewd and his legs erotic. That's a little far on the zest meter for me. I don't know about you guys, but come on, calling a kick lewd. It's not like every moment is like this though, and that's why he's so low on the list. Most of the time he's giving some really good dialogue. Like the "We Gotta Survive" panel is genuinely one of my favorite lines in all of Blue Lock. It gets everyone back into it, reminds them of the stakes, so yeah, Karasu at number 2. Alright, little controversial one, but we gotta spice it up, so devouring. I think devouring is cool as a concept, and there might not be any other way to portray it, but come on, man. I devoured Baro, he devoured me, I'm gonna devour you, like...
I wumbo, you wumbo, he, she, me, wumbo.
It's super understandable and needed for soccer, but I can't help but wince just a little bit when it comes to reading it. Like, even when my brother and I were reacting to Blue Lock together, he's just questioning those lines when we watch the anime. I can't really be going around advertising the show as the best sports anime, and it's cold characters, just like best dialogue and everything, and then you have moments where they're gonna say, let's devour each other. I don't know, though. Half the time, I think it's pretty cool, though. Like, the Devour panel with Rin and Isagi is genuinely one of the best panels in the manga, especially when colored. But speaking of Rin, though, this brings me to the Itoshi brothers. Dude, I love the Itoshi brothers. Rin is my favorite character in the manga. I think the whole concept of his character is super cool, but lines like soccer is a deathmatch is just... I don't know, it just kind of ruins it for me. I get that soccer is super important for them. It's literally what they're living for, and their symbolism behind it, you know, the message is good, but for most casual readers, and the people who don't really get in depth with it or anything, which is most readers, they see this and they're like, this is a soccer anime? We can't also forget when Rin enters the flow, he sticks out his tongue and says, kill. Now Rin again is my favorite character. He's literally my wallpaper on my phone, but it ain't that serious, dog. Then we got Sai's dialogue with someone we're going to mention later on. But up until this point, Sai is portrayed as a serious, narcissistic, kind of mysterious player. And then he drops lines like, fall under my spell, or don't blow your load yet. Like, this is real. These are genuinely, like, real English translations. You'd think it's some fan translation, but no, it's not. It's literally the real manga. The lines are funny, I'll give it that, but goddamn, it's cringe. And imagine the VAs, just, like, the memes that are gonna come out of this. I know the dub is gonna go crazy, all the TikTok memes, and... God, I don't even want to imagine it. All right, next on the list are these fodder characters. I was gonna do them individually, but at this point, I'm just gonna group them because they're all just, like, fodder. Probably at the pinnacle of fodder, we got Monk. This guy just pisses everyone off. His VA also does an amazing job in the anime to annoy people, and that just tells you how good he is at his job. And Monk is also the person that gave the line, "Buddha be praised." I genuinely started laughing at this when I saw this because, bro, I don't even know. There's no explaining. If you watch Blue Lock, you know Monk already. Like, he's gonna rise to the top by tricking the VAR to get fouls. I don't know. Yeah, some other fodder characters got to be like this guy, Neo, I think his name is. I'm not even going to bother researching or caring about him. He's genuinely so forgettable. The reason why I put him on this list is he gave the line, "I am a guard dog, and here's my owner." That genuinely made me stare at my phone in disgust. On top of that, how is this guy even under 20? He looks like he's been through 2 divorces, going through a midlife crisis, and a 9-to-5 as a hair salonist. The raising hatred everyone had for Isagi's old teammate as well is pretty crazy. This guy's whole character is just cringe, and you have the whole manga building up the all-for-one trope, and you still have someone in the manga carrying the one-for-all trope. I guess we did need him, so it is to be expected, and that development and like conversation was actually pretty cool. So next is the battle monologue we get, and this happens the most frequently, which is why it's so high on the list. Most of these lines are just either confusing to read, wild, or literally just, I don't even know, just plain straight crazy. As cold as it is, like I said before, if you were to read these lines out loud or show a person who's not really in depth with the anime or manga, it can get really cringe. Like, I'll just read some of them out right now. The Red Panther bares his fangs. And then following that, we got "Pipe the hell down, furball." Or "Sup, it's stealth time, and I'm a herbivore who will never lose in a contest of speed." All right, and the line that made me cringe the most, like literally cringe reading it, I had shivers. The Ryo and Nagi station. Oh my god. This was so bad. I don't even know what the author was thinking when he... Just let me read this. The local train is leaving the station via the Ryo Nagi station. Next stop, the goal. Strikers assemble at the venue. Now that I think about it, this might top #1. It actually made me cringe in real life. I couldn't fathom what I was reading on my screen. I know the author trying to make this dialogue seem so hard, but this has to be the biggest flop in Blue Lock so far. Like, I don't know how he even thinks of this. I don't even think I could think of this, like, in my free time or anything like that. So props to the author. There's definitely a lot more as well, just random aggressive words, but this video would be way too long if I covered them all. So, all right, we're finally here at this moment. I don't even gotta say it. Most, everyone knows who it is at this point. But I will say it. Shidou Ryusei. Shidou is the character with the most cringe moments at this point. He's cold as hell, but definitely the person with the most cringe moments. Half the lines he says, it's literally 50-50. It's either the coldest thing you hear, or it's just like the most questionable thing ever. Even before the U20 game, we get some questionable lines out of Shidou, like "let me explode more" or "soccer is an explosion of life." And you'd think it'd end there, but no, you get into the U20 game and it just gets worse. Like, this is max level zest. This is level 100. We got the line delivery of "I love it when you're rough," "pulsing, throbbing, I'm on the run," and the infamous "here comes the dopamine scene," followed by lines that I literally cannot say. I genuinely don't feel comfortable saying his lines out loud. Let's just say there's a reason why the people call him Zesty Demon. As glad as I was to see him in the anime, I know Gojo's voice actor is going to be questioning the script when it comes to the U20 game. Dude, all tensions are going to be gone after Shidou says he's going to explode somewhere else. Like, I feel terrible for the people who don't know and are going to be watching this in their living room or something, or even with their parents. I'll put it up on screen as well, but when he scores in the 3rd selection and starts laughing and moaning at one of his goals while he's on his knees, like, this is just too funny, bro. His interactions with Sai as well is what sparked all this. It's funny because, again, Sai is supposed to be some serious, really good player, and then you got Shidou. That's about it when it comes to Blue Lock's worst lines or cringe moments or whatever you want to call it. This is a really fun video to make. Like I said before, Blue Lock's one of my favorite mangas. No hate to the show at all or any of the characters. And anyways, if you watched to the end, thank you so much. My name's Hyrio. Please consider subscribing. I'm going to be cooking up some more Blue Lock content and other stuff as well. Leave a comment on what you thought was the worst Blue Lock line or the most cringe moment to you. I may have a different opinion on you, or I may have touched on it in the video. Just leave a comment though. I'll be reading them. And until the next video, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.